Okay, question 6 is like this. Y prime equals to 2x 1 minus y square squared. So for a question that is like this, right? 6a dy dx is equals to 2x Okay, the moment a question is like that, right away there's an implied condition, about y. The implied condition about y is y is between -1 and 1. It's an implied condition because of the presence of the square root. The y is lying between -1 and 1, right? So to solve for the general solution, the first thing you do is you will actually break into two parts. And this gives me sine. Oh, wait. Before I do this, it's wrong. Because I have to divide by the square root, right? So I can't do this. I gotta do case 1. Case 1, y equals to -1 for all x is a possible solution, right? Then the other one is y is equals to 1 for all x is also a possible solution. And for third case, right, when y isn't plus or -1. So when that happens, now I can divide them into two separate parts. The y's on the left and the x's on the right. Alright, on the left, we know how to integrate this, right? This is going to be sine inverse So therefore, you have three general solutions. Okay, 1, 2, or 3. Okay, this is 6a. So 6a requires you, in finding the general solution, to actually break into 3 parts. Okay. So in part B, right? In part B, you are given a particular value. You are given a condition that y0 is 0. So in part B, right, y0 is 0. If y0 is 0, right, then we cannot use the general solution 1, general solution 2. We can't use this 2. We therefore have to use this general solution. Use this sine inverse y equals to x squared plus c. So given that y0 is 0, so your c is equals to 0. So then your solution therefore is equals to this particular solution. Okay. Now that you are given condition and therefore a particular solution, we now want to look for the domain of this particular solution. Do you know that the moment you write sine inverse y, right? The moment you write sine inverse y, this angle must range between -pi/2 to pi/2. Actually, it is like that. But for this question, right? For this question, we cannot admit -pi/2 nor pi/2. Why is it that in this question we cannot admit either -pi/2 or positive pi/2? It's because you have already set the condition, you know, for using the third one, right? That y cannot be 1 or minus 1, right now. So therefore sine inverse y cannot be pi over 2 or minus pi over 2 because this will give you negative 1 and 1 easy. So that's why these two must be omitted. So then you're going to get x squared lesser than pi over 2. But x squared itself must be at least 0, see? So therefore your final domain will look like this. Whenever you work out the particular solution, it's always good to also write down the corresponding domain. So a part B, this is it, you know. Like this 6B. Okay, let me pause. By tomorrow, I think that we will finish, or even latest by Monday, we will cover whole of chapter 4. I've given out to you the assignment 4 through WhatsApp, you know. We will go through assignment 4 on the Monday of week 4. That is the week they're going to have the graded task for. Okay? No, I think it's next is week 3, doesn't it? Next is week 3. Okay? Your exam is on the, I remember something at 26 April. Is it true? Yeah, you just check your dates. So your exam will be on week 6, I think, week 6. So week 4 is our graded task 4. Week 5, you'll give it back. Then week 6 is your exam. And then I won't see you until maybe next year. So once the exam, you know, once we end this module, right, I'll get to see your class again. Most likely again next year in Sem 2. Typically, like I'll see the same classes in Sem 1 year 5 and Sem 2 year 6. Typically, that's your finishing semester. Okay, that is 6A. Okay, 6B, y0 is minus 1. 6B, in 6C, sorry, 6C. 6C, it says y0 is minus 1. So if your y0 is minus 1, I cannot use the third general solution. I cannot use the second general solution. I therefore have to use the first. So for 6C, given this condition, then your solution will be like this. Okay, 6C is just like that. For 6C, you just have to state that y0 equals minus 1 for all x is the particular solution, full stop. Because you cannot use the general solution 2 or the general solution 3, so you'll use general solution 1. Then y0 equals 2. In 6D, right, y0 equals to 2 has no solution because your y must range between this interval. You know what I'm saying? So it cannot be y equals 2. There's no way for this to happen. That's why for part D, there are no solutions. The aircon is not working. No? It's supposed to start at 11, is it? Or 12? 11. It's not working. That's right. 11. It's not 10:45. Okay, I'm dreaming.
It is not within the range. The current time is not within the range.
We should protest, no? It say actually the aircon should be turned on at 10:30. Say why? Because that's when Mr. Lim starts the lesson.
To be honest, this argument, if this argument was successful, you can technically continue the argument after the chain of start at 8 AM.
By induction.
Yeah. By induction. You can shift it to 10:30. Why can't you shift it to 10? and then moving back until 8.
I remember when I was in one day I was in London, England. I drove all over England with this friend, and then it was wintering. And then we stayed inside a farmhouse. So when we reached farm, we went to stay in a farm stay. So I didn't know that the farm stay, the house is different from what we had in Singapore. In that the hot water, right, got limited supply. I didn't know.
Oh, what?
Limited supply. I didn't know. So I went in the shower happily. Wow, with warm water in cold winter is good, you know. After the shower, I think I used up all the hot water. I didn't know. So when my friend went into shower, he told me it's all cold water. He said he almost died. We are all sensitive to temperature, you know, either too hot or too cold. You can't take it.
The heater in our room is broken, so now we're just showering.
For young people, showering cold is good. It's really good.
I enjoy showering cold.
Yeah.
My soulmates, I don't think they are.
Encourage them. I used to shower in cold water because I told you the story, right? When I was a young boy, we have nothing to brag about in our family. We are, we are always I would consider ourselves as underprivileged class. Yep. So a lot of things we didn't have. You won't believe it, you know. I did computer science in A level without a computer. You won't believe that. Yeah, I didn't have a computer, but I did computer science. Okay. Number 7. You read question number 7. In this case, they talk about population growth. It says the population growth, right? It grow in tandem with the population that you have. So they are trying to tell you this equation, and it's growing at 4%. And I can see Zoe and Arohi are having small fight. Small friendly fight. What's the issue? Zoe, tell us.
We are discussing math.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Probably arguing over a method.
Okay. By the way, I asked you before, right? How do you all factorize this? Do you all do such things in lower years?
No. But this one you just go by feel. This one,
Or do you use this one?
No, this one you just see.
Just see,
No, just feel, just go by feel.
Let me ask you, which one do you use? In the lower years? Forgot already. What do you want to use? You don't use anything.
Just go by feel.
Okay, just see and then you know it.
Just use the 6 cents.
Just use the spidey.
Okay.
Technically, if you want, you can use like the sum of the product. Then algebraically, a faster way. Oh my god, wow.
If you do your sums, you will get to this line. Okay, you get this line. In fact, I'm going to change the A as P naught. Assuming that when time t is 0, P is P naught. I am sure that by now, number 7 kind of question, right? You know how to solve the equation to quickly get to this. And then what they want is this, at time t equals 0, you have P naught to P naught. And basically you're asked to find big T. And then you can do your sums, and your big T is equals to ln of 2 divided by 0.04. I put dot there, believing that you know how to fill in the gaps. Okay, give yourself that 2 minutes now to fill it in, the gaps. If you do not know how, I'll gladly show it to you. But because I think that you've done it a few times, I should let you have a chance to try on your own now. yeah, try that now, try it now. Make sure that you can do it, Because in the event that you don't remember the standard solution for the DE, right? Yes. The solution, right? Let me do it for you. The first part, right? The dp dt, right? Sure. So to do the dp dt, what you do is you will actually do it by variable separable method. This gives you ln of p equals to and then modulus p equals to plus minus e power of c. So p therefore is equals to a e 0.04 t. Okay, then once you get this solution, right? Once you get the solution, you can then try to find the time taken for the population to double. Okay, that is number 7. Okay, let's now do number 8. Newton has a very famous quotation, no? He says something like, the reason why he can see far, you remember his quotation? Is because he was standing on the shoulders of giants, something like that. So it's a very humble way of saying things, that he actually springboard from what people have done ahead of him. Right? That's nice. My understanding of Newton as a person, right, from what I read about, he's quite a proud guy, Yeah. So for him to have such a quotation is quite ironical. Yeah. Okay, so he says the rate of change of the temperature, usually temperature is the theta. In this case, the object is cooling. So they say difference between the temperature of the object and the room temperature. Typically, we use theta naught as a room temperature. In this case, the temperature of surrounding. In this case, right, your surrounding temperature is in Fahrenheit is 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, theta naught is 20 degrees Fahrenheit. This is what the question says. So what happened is at time t0, right, we are told that in this case the temperature is 68, and then theta naught, the room temperature is equals to 20. So to answer the question for part A, right, you need to first and foremost solve this DE. Okay, can you all now try solving this DE and let me make a comparison? What then would be the solution of this DE? You should get theta equals to um, let me see, minus kt plus a e to the power minus kt. Can you solve it and see whether or not it is truly this number? And then you want to solve it and you want to obtain that the particular solution is theta equals to 20 plus 48 e minus kt. Can you check to see if we get the same thing, you know? You do a bit of working because I was doing it in my head, you know. You want to fill in the gaps now. I have deliberately skipped the steps, hoping that you will undertake this on your own, you know. But if you wish to, I will gladly do it for you here. Number 8, right? Number 8, d theta dt is equals to minus k theta minus theta naught, theta minus theta naught d theta and this gives you ln of then this gives you theta minus. You see, if you are very long in this business, right, you will know that it is like this quite quickly, you know. I'm not even working it out now. I'm just simply writing out the answers from memory. I don't even need to think because I've been in this for too long, you know. It's always nice, no? If you've been doing the same thing all your years, you get very fast. And then given two conditions, you know. This is 68, and after 2 hours, right? After 2 hours, how much? After 2 hours later, right? After 2 hours is 40. And of course, your theta naught, right? I told you is actually the temperature of the surrounding. So then you can work out the value of A and then the value of K. So with these 3 pieces of information, you will get this thing as 48 e power minus. Okay, I'll tell you what is K shortly. T plus 20. Okay. When this is 40 is 20. 48 over 20. I think it's ln 12 over 5. Check my calculation. The K is ln of 12 over 5. I'm too lazy to write down too many steps. 12 divided by 4 is 5. Oh, there's a mistake. I think there's a half there. There's a half. Check, is it true or not? The K is minus, the K turned out to be half of ln 12 over 5. Is it correct? Could you do it? Can you find the value of K? Kenneth, what's the value of K? Are you doing it, Kenneth? You're not doing it. Kritish, what's your answer for K? Huh? Okay, Mahir, what is it? 0.4. No, we want exact number, exact value. exact value for k? Exact answer like in ln or in exponential? Sure. Okay, now to show the working, right? To show working, first and foremost, right? First and foremost, let's use this condition, you know. Theta not equals to 68, right? At this juncture, right? At this juncture, your theta is A E minus KT plus 20. So put the theta as 68, you get A plus 20. So A is equals to 48. Then you get theta equals to 48 e to the power minus kt plus 20, right? Then use the second condition that theta 2 hours is equals to 40, right? So put theta as 40. Okay, the t is 2. Okay, so this gives you e to the power minus 2k is equals to 20 over 48. Then to finish it off, right, you can say that e to the power 2k is equals to 12 over 5. So therefore, k is equal to half ln of Okay, number 9. Advertiser generally assume that the rate at which people hear about a product is proportional to the number of people who have not heard about it. Okay. So supposedly x is the number of people who have heard about the product at time t, okay? Number heard at time t. Okay, time t. Right. So what they are saying is the rate of this dx dt is proportional to those who haven't heard it. Haven't heard it like this. And then you are saying that at time t0 is 0, at time t 6 days, and then what they're asking for is the time at which so many people hear about it. Okay, so if you have the DE already, you want to solve the DE the usual way. Okay, the usual way, which is what, number 9, right? Number 9, right? We agreed that dx dt is equals to k 15,000 minus x. $1,500. Alright, now you are required to solve this DE. If you solve this DE, right? You check whether or not you get the same DE as me. then using this condition again, then finally okay, minus 1 over 6 log of 1,135,000. 15,000. No. Okay, 1,4. Okay, log of 148. I can't subtract. 14,000. It is 15,000, right? I can't add subtract. 13,500 over log of 15,000. Check now whether or not you get same thing. I skip some steps. Hopefully that you can fill in the gaps, So you must now try to fill in the gaps here. And then put in the rest of the numbers. By the way, I'm not able to give back the grade task 3 yet. You know the score already lah. Just that I have not gotten the clearance from the team to start giving up. I always bring to class because the moment they say give up, I still give up.
What happens if Theo just doesn't show up?
Theo doesn't show up. No, Theo will not take my grade task. I already made a case for him that he doesn't need to take my grade task 3 for Theo. Yeah, I say he don't have to. Huh?
Still alive?
Is Theo alive?
I think at this point it's a very real.
No, I tested him. He replied. He's doing fine at home. I was expecting somebody to visit him, actually.
The hard part is that we don't know where.
Just text him and say, can we come by to visit you?
I know where he lives, but I don't know which.
It's also
Just to visit him, right?
He's like right next to the school.
Really? Like where?
Like there's like one like right next, like after we got from it, there's like some stuff that he's like that.
Really?
I think so.
Okay, on the mall, the whole class should be at space. In my school days, because we used to walk to school, right? If someone fall ill or someone is not well, on the way to school, on the way back, you'll drop by and say hi.
But it's different because now there's COVID.
No more idea lah. Nobody cares about COVID.
negligible.
So I'm hoping that some of you will visit him. That will give him some moral support. For teacher, a bit hard lah.
To be honest with him, even if we give him more.
Do you know that teacher cannot just go visit student anyhow? We have to inform school. We have to go not just alone. Yes, Bahil. You. Oh. It'd be nice if you end the class before it comes back and everyone goes off. They come back to the class and to his horror, no one's in the class. Okay, anyway, let me know if you want me to show the steps. Arohi, do you want me to show you any steps? You're good? Class, I'm pausing here to let you fill the gaps because you want to see that you can do it. I might be wrong. In fact, yes. Chen Yan say. What again? I made mistake, is it?
No.
It's correct. Thank you. And then you're told 2,700 people. So now you want to find T when it's 2,700 people. Yes.
I don't think there is a minus sign.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay, actually I should write this other way, you know. I should write this other way. I should write this other way. The other way wrong. That'll be okay. Yeah, I made a calculation error. It's back. Okay, so fast. Yeah, to let you come back to class in a shock. And then I'm supposed to find T. So T will be equals to 15000 minus 2700 over 15, then log this, and then whole thing divided by this. Okay. It's just arithmetically, and then after just whip out a calculator to do your computation. I hope my calculation is correct, you know. Use calculator. It's just arithmetical from here to here. Oops. So I let you feel again. If you want me to show you the steps, I can. Just as just arithmetical. No? So let me know if you think that you can't get to the step. Is it right? You can check. The bell has sounded, you know. Okay, it's lunch hour for you, is it? Okay, class is